The first beat that I made was on a PlayStation on a game called MTV Music Generator. So to look at it had its own,
okay, no, play that, run that.
Let's
please.
run it back. Okay,
no,
so
how did that happen?
So I was getting to that. So there was a part where Keaton was like, "Yo, fam, I'm tired of rapping over these beats, man." Like, and I'm with him. I'm like, we don't sound unique to anybody else out here, but we're not producers. I think we had a producer that we went to, and we asked him like, "Man, how much are your beats?" And he was like, 500 for non-exclusive. I'm like, we're in high school, buddy. I don't know where you're gonna get that money from. Our parents for sure not paying that. We don't got that kind of money. And that's when I learned very early. Okay, we're either gonna be rapping on mixtape beats, is what they were called at the time, other people's beats, or we're gonna have to figure out like some finances, whatever the case may be, or one of us is gonna have to be a producer. Still didn't fully commit to it until one time after a Christmas break. Keaton got money from his family. I got money from my family. And we just decided one day to go to this place in the mall, in the Downey Mall, called Electronic Boutique. Look for it now. It probably doesn't exist except for like an Idaho.
What was the music playing in the background? I'm just kidding.
No, that one, it was probably like some like house music or something that was in Downey Mall. But I kid you not, man. We went into Electronic Boutique because we wanted to buy, I think it was NBA 2K2 or 3. I think it was NBA 2K3. He had a Dreamcast. So I was going to put my money, half of my money. He's going to put half of his money. And we were going to buy this Dreamcast game and like talk about rapping instead of rapping. And as he was like testing it out on the Dreamcast they had at the game system in-house, I went over to this used video game section because I had a PlayStation. And I'm just looking. I'm like, maybe I can find Tomb Raider or something. And then I see this huge blue double disc. And I'm like, that's weird. And I peeled it back and it said MTV at the top of it. This is interesting. MTV. It's music television. Okay. I pull it up and it says MTV Music Generator. I turn it around. All I see are the colors first of blocks. Then it says, create your own music. I said, Keaton. Hey, Keaton, look, bro, I want to play NBA 2K3 just as bad as you do. Allen Iverson's on the cover, and we used to like idolize him coming up. But bro, this might be something. And he looked at me, he looked at the money, he was like, "That's what you want to do?" I said, "I don't know, but I think so." He's like, "How about we sleep on it?" Keaton was wise beyond his years. Slept on it. Next day, I said, "This is exactly what I want to do." Went back to Electronic Boutique, bought the game.
What is this, man? This is wild.
Went back, bought the game. And for the first night, he was like, all right, only thing is, I was looking forward to that 2K. So I'm going to take this game the first night. I was like, no worries. I'm not in a rush because I'm not the producer in the group. My mind is like, I'm not the producer in the group. There's no way I'm the producer. I'm the tech guy that can rap, whatever. He hit me up the next day on the bus and was like, you take this shit. I said, what happened? He said, it's confusing. This is stupid. I said, all right, I'll figure it out. I took it home and I remember reading a little bit of the manual. I was an impatient kid, so I read a little bit of it just to get started. I sat there and kind of put together what would be my first beat. And I was like, I'm just hooked enough to keep going. I'm not any good.
Sure.
But I'm just hooked enough to keep going. And I'm like, before I know it, oh man, I got to take a shower. I got to go to school in the morning. All day, it's all I thought about. I could not focus. I just looked at the clock the whole day. I need to get back home to this PlayStation game. There's something here. And this is when I started to fall in love with a lot of instruments that I use today. Choirs, pianos, synthesizer pads. It was mostly like house music. It was mostly like EDM with a little bit of slivet of like hip hop sounds. And I would just mix all these things together because it was all I had. It was these presets, these pre-made sounds. I started putting them together and I was like, I think I made my first beat. I put it on CD, right? And I take it over to Keaton's. Or actually, I might have put it on a memory card, I think. I put it on a memory card. I took it over to Keaton's and I played it because he had a PlayStation 2. And he was like, he's eating a frozen burrito. He was like, it's cool. Where the bass at? And I was like, oh yeah. The beat had no bass. It was a bunch of like weird vocals. I have it unlisted on my YouTube, but I had a bunch of weird vocals all over the place. I was really trying to figure it out, but I just know like, dog, there's something here. And he was like, man, just keep at it, bro. Keep at it. I think you kind of, you better at this than I am. And my learning curve is really quick with it. I think the biggest lessons I had to learn was what not to do. How to get out of the way of myself as an artist. Because there were certain sounds that sounded good in the moment, like, oh, we're making a beat. And then when you're rapping over it, it's like, this is annoying. But that was my first introduction to becoming the producer of the group, and I haven't stopped 21 years later.